Hey y'all. So, decided to change the coil in my Nautilus AIO all-in-one. This is the coil. It's old and grody and nasty, and I gotta change it. This is where the coil's encased. This goes in here. This is the actual pods. I'm changing the coil. When you change the coil in a specific vape, you also gotta change the juice because it just like leaks out everywhere. So I have a napkin right here and a cloth napkin right here to kind of clean it off. This is the actual vape right here. Yep, it's turned on. 5 clicks. It's on and off. It's pretty dirty because my hands are dirty right now. But this is also the juice we're going to be using. The brand's Nasty Juice. It's not nasty. I don't really know what flavor it is. Wicked Haze. It has a little bit of nicotine, not a lot. It's like 6 milligrams. So, let me show you the actual bottle. Yeah, so here it is. Pretty nice, pretty tight. I like this box, and every time I open it, I gotta push all this back in. But I do like this sticker a lot. I had to figure out where to put it. I have a lot of stickers. My girlfriend also has a lot of stickers. She's an artist, and whenever we go to art shows and stuff, we get each other stickers because those are like pretty cool. So I need a better way to collect my stickers. But this one's pretty cool. It's Bart Simpson vaping. So it's pretty nice. This one says thanks dude. So to the actual coil replacement. Pretty easy. I mean, I've been vaping for about 2-3 years now, and I do it because when I was in college, it's nice to smoke, especially with friends and dorms. This is social. I started becoming a little dependent on them, and I would buy them, and to the point that it started affecting my health. It doesn't take much for cigarettes to start affecting your health, but when it does, it does. So me and my best friend, who was the bigger smoker at the time, we just decided to go buy vapes and stuff. So he got really into Juul pods and Juuls, and I was just like, I feel like I've had like those vapes for a while, and like I had the like e-cigs, like the pens, and I don't know, the throat hit in those with those pods too much for me. Like maybe it's because he was a longer smoker, he could take the throat hits and he probably enjoyed that, but me being me, I definitely did not. So anyways, that's how I kind of got into vaping. It's funny because I'm a health major. I graduated in 2017, and all my classes so against tobacco, of course, and smoking cigarettes, of course, but vaping too. And recently, with all these reports of people either dying or getting really bad lung conditions and diseases because of another kind of vaping, very illegal black market vaping, vapes and jewel pods and everything like that have a negative connotation more than it already did, and it just sucks for the people who actually need them to quit smoking cigarettes, which was, to me, it's the point of vapes, to really help those kick off a really bad habit and, you know, try to elongate their lives for however many years, you know, you can, just by switching to another form of inhaling that nicotine, which is what smokers really want, is to inhale the nicotine. I mean, there are some habit forming patterns with those that, and then people become dependent on those habits in addition to the drug. So a lot of people enjoy the fact that they have something in between their fingers, and enjoy the fact that they have something touching your lips and inhaling that. And if you do that, you know, constantly and long enough, of course you get accustomed to the habit. So it makes it even harder for you to quit the substance, because there's now even more habitual factors going in. But anyway, I digress. This is me just changing the coil on my vape. Maybe I'm just saying that so you don't come at me. Please don't tell me I'm gonna die in the comments. I promise. If I die, when I die, I highly doubt it will be from here, from this. But it's my choice if I do. Anyways, that was very meta. Let's continue. So, this is the coil. It comes in the little, like, pill form, kind of ish. It's cute. I like it. It's cool packaging. So let's open that. Easy peasy. Now the coil's right here. Very nice. Small. Slim. Thick. So maybe we can do a comparison of the old versus the new coil. You can kind of see if it'll focus. Let's see. I don't know if it will. Maybe you can't really tell. This is the old one. Maybe you can tell right here. There's some yellowing going on at the top, right below the hole, and there's not right here. There's actually cotton, like the wick inside. That's the purpose of the coil. So essentially the juice, the e-juice, will penetrate this wick, and when it gets heat up from the bottom, it actually heats up this, and that's how it vaporizes through that wick. So that's why you want to change your coil depending on how much you use it. You know, once a month, maybe twice a month if you're a really, really heavy user. I've even had coils last 2-3 months if I really push it. But I wouldn't recommend doing that too often, because I mean, it just affects the flavor and you're just wasting juice. So okay, I low-key forgot how to put this on already. Okay, so this is the container that encases the coil once you put it in the actual vape. So you're gonna screw that on right there. Not too tight, just in case, you know, you want to change your coil later on, but you know, pretty snug. Then take the pod and you screw it on at the base. Okay, so it stopped, and how you know it's really locked is this is actually a knob that helps control the airflow coming into the actual vapor nut. So this little slit right here, it's right now open all the way. so as much air as possible coming into when you take drags. I like to put it pretty open, but a little bit of resistance. That just changes how much vaporized juice comes through the actual vape. Okay, so the final step is cleaning a little bit. Your pod's pretty greasy and like slippery because of the juice, but such is life. This actual orange knob is where you put in the e-juice. My only complaint is kind of small and kind of, this is the only thing I don't like about this vape. Changing the e-juice is quite the hassle. So let's use some of this nasty juice and try to refill it. Emphasis on the trying. Okay, so I'm trying to put it in here without making that much of a mess. I've kind of learned that tilting the pot really helps it a lot. For some reason, the juice doesn't like coming in completely at a vertical angle, so just tilting it a little bit really does make a difference. But I've also learned that this is a messy job, so I do have to end up cleaning stuff. I mean, I'm gonna end up cleaning stuff no matter how good the pour is. But it's pretty good. I don't really like filling my pods too much. I think it floods the wick. Oh, that's one thing. Because this is a new coil, I probably should have primed it, which essentially means I would have put some e-juice liquid, you know, at the hole, the airflow holes in the actual coil, so these little tiny holes around it, where you can see the wick. And that would have been nice, because if you put some juice there directly, it starts priming and, you know, actually soaking the wick inside, and your juice will start vaporizing faster and smoother. So I didn't do that, so I probably should wait a little bit before I take a hit or anything. But so you can see it's not filled all the way. If it was filled all the way, you could kind of tell it would all be, but it's definitely not filled all the way, and that's how I like it. It's okay. I'll take the bad hits for close that. So I've just changed the coil in my Aspire Nautilus. I said Nautilus. What? Nautilus. Whatever. In my vape. My hands are kind of slimy, so excuse me. It would help if I turned it on. Cheers. I haven't had this flavor in a while, so it's pretty good. And again, I make these videos because I hope they're relaxing. I used to watch, you know, tutorials about how to do this and how to learn myself on YouTube. And I mean, I really enjoyed them. Not necessarily the habit. I mean, I vape, but when I'm really anxious, which is like 80% of the time. But these is enjoyable to me, and as long as I'm not harming anyone in the process, and I do my research and I do my thoughts and my opinions on them, and I try to educate myself as much as possible. Go for it, man. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining in. Please don't partake in nicotine products if you're not at the proper age to do so. Here in the United States, the most or the lowest limit is 18 years old, but in Texas recently they've just upped it to 21, so it really depends where you're located. Just wait. Honestly, I really do believe that nicotine or any substance, when you're an adolescent and your brain is developing, that does have to have some factors in your growth. And why mess that up? Just wait until your body is fully capable of processing and actually being able to break down those substances like the nicotine and the P and the G and the PGs and all the substances that are in here that we know of. Just wait, and if you like it, then after you've waited, congratulations. You've done it, and your body hopefully now is able to break it down, and you won't have health problems. We all want that, but just wait. It's honestly, inhaling some vape juice is not even that big a deal. Just like, seriously, drink some water. Like, I just did a video on this cool water that I found. It's really cool water. It's called Liquid Death, and it's just mountain water. It says murder your thirst. I think my girlfriend got it because of the aesthetics. But yeah, we got it on Amazon. Pretty interesting water. She said she wants to give it to one of her friends who's like sober and not about that life. Sorry, I was thinking not about that life, but like, just not to fit in, because you don't need that to fit in, but just to look cool. Spark a conversation. So with this Liquid Death, you definitely will spark a conversation, and it's just water. So drink more water. Okay, so these are like the few vape tricks that I know. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't watch myself. Okay, hold on. Yeah, it's really awkward if I watch myself. But ironic, because this is how you practice. You do this in the mirror while you're by yourself. Yeah, so those are some O-rings, and then that's pretty much it. I don't know. We could try this one. I'll show you this one. It's my favorite. I used to do this to my coworkers all the time, so I would just like do this secretly. So I do. Would anyone like some water? Yes. Would you like some water? Here you go. So stupid. But it's quite relaxing. Alright, and with that, I leave you. Goodbye.